Good morning. I want to talk about aesthetics, and I guess a different way of doing aesthetics, which would be one or kind of aesthetics that is not having a foundation as to what beauty is or what art is. Um, I've been reading Michel Foucault's The Order of Things, and in the very beginning of that book is a section which is called Las Meninas, and he's basically talking about a painting which was painted by Velázquez, which is a painting that doesn't really have a center. I mean, it does have some. It has a lot of different people in it, a lot of different things going on in that painting. If I can find that book, so I can show you. If I could do that, that'd be good. There it is. By the stack. Okay. Let's see. Let me show you the painting here. This is the painting by Velázquez. As you can see, there's different faces, different faces, and beyond just what the people are. There's a lot of different things which could possibly be things or possibly be certain things. There are a lot of different things going on in that painting. There also isn't really quite a center to it. In painting, sometimes beauty or it being a piece of art or something like that can be, a piece of art or painting could be given value to it if it is centered, or if it is centered on one certain thing or person. If there's one thing in it that brings the eyes to it, that could bring value to it, and possibly in some aesthetic theories bring it to possibly having some status of being art, or possibly even being beautiful. In the writing Las Meninas, in the beginning section of this book, it's before the prose of the world, he is kind of talking about the situation of what's going on when somebody's painting on a canvas, and how it's not quite just a man painting certain things on a canvas. There's a lot of directions, different things happening, different things going on, which you might not normally think of. There's factors of the canvas itself, the back of the canvas, the person, the light of the window shining on the painting, and also the many different things going on in that painting. And I guess I kind of the way I'm explaining it is not doing the section justice, and I think the best way to understand what I'm saying is to read it, because the reason I'm not doing a section on Las Meninas is because it's very difficult for me to try to explain it. But let me read something from it to give you some sort of perspective on what I'm trying to explain or talk about. After I've done talking about this itself, I want to talk about having a aesthetics without foundation. The painter is turning his eyes towards us only insofar as we happen to occupy the same position as his subject. We, the spectators, are a additional factor. Though greeted by that gaze, we are also dismissed by it, replaced by that which was always there before we were, the model itself. But inversely, the painter's gaze addressed to the void, confronting him outside the picture, accepts so many models as there are spectators. In this precise neutral place, the observer and the observed take part in a ceaseless exchange. No gaze is stable, or rather, in the neutral furrow of the gaze, piercing at a right angle through the canvas, subject and object, the spectator and the model, reverse their roles to infinity. And here, the great canvas with its back to us on the extreme left of the picture exercises its second function. Stubbornly invisible, it prevents the relation of these gazes from ever being discoverable or definitely established. The opaque fixity that it establishes on one side renders forever unstable the play of metamorphoses established in the center between spectator and model. Because we can see only that reverse side, we do not know who we are or what we are doing. So, as you can see here, there's a lot of different things going on with the person painting, the painting itself, the canvas, the light coming in. He does mention the light coming in also in that section. And there's questions of subject and object as to how the subject, the person, is factored into this whole thing. There's just a lot of, I guess, what Deleuze and Guattari would call a line of flight. Things going somewhere, but you don't know where. And there's questions of identity of what's going on, identity of the subject and what's happening. A lot of different things happening, and we don't really know what's happening anyway in the instance of this painting happening. And Foucault is using this to go in a different direction. He's not really talking about aesthetics in its very sense in this book, The Order of Things. He's talking about history, philosophy, and the self, and the world itself. He's not explicitly talking about aesthetics when he does this section, nor is he doing aesthetics in this book. However, this leads me to think about aesthetics, in a different way than I ever have. When you learn aesthetics in the college level, when you learn aesthetics, or philosophy of art, you learn that beauty and being a piece of art are things that come with some difficulty, and it's not easy to gain that status. And that for something to be beautiful, there has to be certain things, certain conditions met. And for something to be even a piece of art, there has to be some conditions met for that to be even the case. And Heidegger and Hegel and all these different Western philosophers, Kant, Hume, they all have philosophies as to how something can be beautiful, as to what is beautiful, what is a piece of art, and all these different things about aesthetics and the philosophy of art itself. When I think really we should think with people like Derrida and Deleuze and Guattari, and I look forward to doing in my course about Jacques Derrida. I look forward to doing that and talking about the book Truth in Painting. That should be very interesting. I've read parts of the book, and I have been taught the book without reading all of it. However, I've read at least half of it, and it is quite interesting. So, I guess I think the way aesthetics should be done is in a way that is without a foundation as to what beauty or art even is, and doing it without thinking about that, and doing aesthetics and thinking about what beauty and what art is, without having those conditions or with those foundations. So I was just thinking about that after reading that part of the of the Order of Things again, as I have recently. I thought that was pretty interesting, and I wanted to think about aesthetics in that way, as in the way Derrida or Deleuze and Guattari would. So, thanks.